Yeah, which are here we are defined by us like three types of scripts we are having. These scripts we can define from front end as well as in the back end also you can define. I mean like you can store in the back end also. So for example, as I said in previous, we are having three folders, right? Inbox is having like batches and your location wise also you will be creating the system will be creating the files itself only. Okay, and outbox is like nothing but what the file has been created while transferring the file. What the files been created, these files will be created before loading into HFM application. The data files will be getting created. Okay, these files are having the data. If you can see here in this file, it is having the data which is nothing but supported to HFM application in the outbox folders, as well as if you want to see any logs, the logs that we are seeing from process details, and if you want to see them, in like in the backend itself, you can find the outbox and there itself logs are there. So you can find the logs here itself also. So from here you can find if you are having any issue, you can come and check cross check from the logs itself also. That is like outbox. And data is here you can have like scripts folder is there. Okay, in this scripts folder you can find the three types of scripts and you can find the files also. I mean whatever the files, that data files that you are being used, that itself also will be having here. So the main intention is scripts. Here now we are talking about scripts are nothing but we are having three types of scripts. One is import scripts, event scripts, and custom scripts. So import scripts are nothing but when we are using, like when we are importing the data from a file, mean like the source would be file, then only we are using the import scripts. Keep this mind. Mean like import scripts are nothing but when your source is file, then only we will be using the import scripts. Event scripts we can use for any source. Custom scripts, if you want to customize any kind of scripts, then we can go and read the custom scripts. Okay, so custom scripts are nothing but customized scripts by the developer, I mean like as per the requirement. And event scripts, we are having different events. I will show you that events. Based on that you can write some logics while doing the while processing the data from source to validations to export. These are there itself we are having some processes. There itself we are having some events. So when that event is occurred, the moment it has been started for the event, then we need to create the modify the data by using the event scripts. Import scripts are nothing but when you are importing the data from your source file, while importing itself, you want to do some modifications from its source file, then we have to use the import scripts. Okay, these import scripts once you created, you need to attach them into a import format. Okay, and the thing is you need to create the import formats and you need to attach them into a import format. So when the data is being imported into FDME application, based on the import scripts, the data will be modified and imported into FDME application. Let us see the import scripts how we are going to use. So basically in previous it was like a Visual Basic, that VB scripting that we are using for FDM also. When it was FDM, there itself we are using FDM. But here in the latest versions, I mean like 11.124 also, we will be having the part like VB as well as JSON, both will be supported. If you can go and see the script editor, scripts setup, script editor. So here we are having like JSON and VB script. Okay, the technology will be using both But 11.124.500 mean like the latest version onwards, we will not be having the Visual Basic. Going forward, we never mean no longer valid. Mean like Visual Basic is no longer valid because of the Jython is going to be replaced the VB scripting. So always we need to prefer the Jython scripting going forward to write the logics or scripts from FDME. So Jython, if you are having like Python knowledge, then Python plus JavaScript is nothing but Jython. So you people should be aware about the Jython scripting and Jython basics, how it is going to be used. Then only it will be easy to understand and to write the scripting from FDME. So you people should aware about Jython. Okay. So main intention is you need to know the Jython scripting as well as API application interfaces. Mean like whatever the components that we are having in FDME. If you know that, mean like how to retrieve the data, how to trim the data, and everything that you need to use from FDME. And if you want to do like if conditions or loops or trimming or results or everything that you are going to use by using the Jython. Okay, so that mean how to define the variables, how to define the functions, that everything belongs to Jython. But here some functions belongs to in FDME. Jython documents means like we are having like you can get it in Google only. I mean like the book is, it's not a Jython, you need to go with the Python only. Python plus JavaScript is Jython. Python the hard way. So this is the book that I can refer you. One of the good book that you need to learn. Yep. So go to this book. It's like a total Python the hard way. Learn Python the hard way. So you can use this one and you can use all the scripts, how to define the scripts and comments and number, mathematical operator and variables and everything that is been defined in this book. So you can use this one to understand all the concepts. Okay. I'm going to ping you guys. You can download from your systems and you can use in future. Okay. So this is the one I can refer you guys. I mean like go through this one because of it's like total end to end it will be having information. So we need to have like functions, what are the default functions in Python and everything that you need to know from there itself. So let's start here FD from FDME. So scripts files. So as I shown you, the scripts files will be available in the backend data folder, scripts, custom, event, and import scripts. Now we are talking about the import scripts. So how to create the Jython script? Just I am going to give you a basic introduction, how you are going to understand the scripting language. Okay. So normally in VB, how we are going to write function. If you want to write the function name and parameter values that you are passing. But here in the same way, the function we are calling them as def statement. In VB we are writing the function name, right? Simply function name is the syntax where you have to write the function. But here you need to put it as def. Def is nothing but a function and your function name and your parameters. String field and string record are the parameters. Okay, here in while writing the import scripts, there are two things that you need to remember. Two things that you need to remember while writing the import scripts. Okay, one is string field, another one is string record. What is mean by string field and string record? Right, you are getting the data from your source file, right? So you are getting the data from your source file. So this is all data. So string field is nothing but this column. Okay, string field is nothing but column. String record is nothing but it's a row. String record is nothing but a row. String field is nothing but a column. So based on string field or string record that you are going to write the logic. Okay, so let me explain that one first. I will go back, come back to here again. So here you can see FDM is string field and string record. If you can see here, these are the main like comma separator values, and first one is one field, and second one is description field, and third one is amount. String record is nothing but all of them, including that I can say string record that I explained now, right? So field is nothing but one field by field, column by column, and record is nothing but all of them. I mean like total row I can say. Okay, okay, fine. So in this field, what I am trying to do is, in this exercise, in this example, what we are doing is, if condition that I am going to start. But the syntax also you need to know. Here the syntax is if and condition greater than is 0 and end if is semicolon. Okay, this syntax if you want to know, that's what we need to check this Python hardware. If you can see this one, there itself we can find the logics. So you can see the logics. So if you know this one, then it will be easy to us. See, if people is less than cats, semicolon end. If people is greater than cats, semicolon end. If this mean like the syntax would be condition if, condition, semicolon. And thereafter, if you want to see the else if, it will be a like elif. Here the syntax is elif is the syntax. So see here. If cars is greater than people, then print this one. Elif, else if is syntax is elif, elif only. Okay. Cars is less than people, then print this. And else, semicolon. So the semicolon will be every time it is going to be ended like this. If you go for the SQL, then if statement, if condition, then is there, right? Then is there, and you need to put it as end if. This is the normal syntax we are having. If and if is the normal syntax in VB or in SQL or in another programming language. But whereas in Python or in Jython, what is the syntax? If and semicolon will be ended directly. It will be ended over there in a single statement. Thereafter you are going to write. And else if it is going to be stop it here itself only. And else it is going to be stop it here itself only. So these concepts, if you want to know, definitely we should refer the Python basics and Python knowledge only. Then only we will be knowing the functionality and syntaxes and all. Okay. Coming to here again. So if condition that I am using, what we are saying, string field dot count. The string field dot count will be like function from FDME. So how I would know this one? Well, FDME admin guide. Scripting, is there any book? Hmm. Okay. Let me know the functions. Mean just I'm looking for the functions which are defined. Hmm. Uh, okay, mean because of just I'm looking for the scripts. It has to be here only. Mean like just I'm looking for that. Okay, references total scripts which we are using. There itself we can find them. strfi. Okay, let it be. So the functions that we are using here is string field that you are taking and count you are taking from there where the delimiter is semicolon is greater than 0. So the condition is string field. You can take the record, string field record that you can take. Let me explain here itself. String field dot count. Say for example string field is mean like yeah, I'm having like these many string field mean like first column I am having like delimiter is hyphen hyphen hyphen. Okay, here what I'm trying to say is string field dot count with semi I mean hyphen, so it can be like it will be written the values 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it is. So what I'm trying to say is it's greater than 0, that my condition is if there is any identification that I find with the semicolon with the hyphen, then the returns are more than 0, then what I am trying to do is I am creating one variable segment list. This is the variable. What I am trying to do is split string field with hyphen. So what I am doing, I am splitting the value. Say for example 1100 hyphen 110 is the value in a string field that I am having. Okay, so whenever you are going to use this one, if the record is greater than 0, mean like first I am going to write the condition what I am writing, if it is greater than 0 mean like hyphens it will be written 1 and 2 or something at there. If you are using like multiple there, then what it is greater than 0, that means the condition is satisfied, the string field condition is satisfied. So then what I am doing is I am putting one variable, and what I am doing here, I am going to split the values and store the values into a record. mean this segment list I am going to pass the values. How I am passing the values? Split is the function and you are using your string field, and how you are going to split? By using the hyphen, that you are splitting the values. Fine. So you are splitting the values and you are passing the values into segment list. It's a array function. So how the values will be stored into variable? 1100 110. Likewise, if you are having other one like 11 110, it is like having the values in a array function in a sequential manner, right? So it is splitting the values based on the hyphen, and the store values will be storing into a segment list, that variable. So now another variable that I am going to use like string entity, and I am getting the values as segment list 0. Then that means the values will be storing in your array function based on that, like 0 is the one value. The count will be starts from 0. Okay, 2 value. The value will be storing into 0 and 1 and 2. It will be storing like this. So if the string entity is there, string entity segment list of 0. String entity that I am taking segment list of 0 value. Okay. So what I am trying to do is I am taking the first value. My string entity, it's a variable. Entity is the variable. What value I am taking? I am taking segment list of 0. Segment list that I am passing the values. I am passing the values at segment list variable. Segment list of 0 is my first value. Segment list of 1 is my second value. Segment list of 3 is my third value. So if I am taking this one, means whatever the value that is storing over there, that is passing all the string field first record. Mean like in that line item, whatever the first record that it is having, that will be passing the value into string entity. Okay. Then the next condition. What is the next condition? If string entity of 2 is 0, return FDM skip. That means what I'm trying to do is string entity. Here my entity, my variable of 2, part 2, string entity, I am saying 2 mean like I will expand this function. Mean like 2 means here it will be taking the 2 values. If you are saying like 1 or something that you are keeping first, it will be taking first to 1 to 2. If you are keeping minus, means it will be taking the back end. So here if I can keep semicolon 2, means it will be taking the second value. So is this second value is belongs to some 09 value from the string field while you are importing the data, then don't, don't import. It's a keyword. I mean it's a key function is there. FDM key function is there. FDM skip is the function, default function. That means it will be skipping the values which are coming like string entity is coming like 0. Here you need to understand it's a comparison that you are using double quotes. If you are passing the values of variable, then you are using the equals to. If you are comparing the value, this value is comparing with 06, comparison that you need to use the double equals to, then skip. Else what I am trying to do is return string entity. Whatever the string entity values that I am having, I am using the string entity. Okay, fine. But where you are going to use this function? Right, if you are creating this function, everything is fine. Then where I am going to use this one? Definitely we need to use this function. If you create over here itself, say for example, let me copy this one. So here what we need to do is, once you created the import script and all, definitely you need to save this one. Okay, otherwise we need to save in the new. Let me delete it here. And moreover here this JSON is very sensitive, and you need to write in a spaces and semicolons and everything will be perfect. The spaces issue also, it's very important for this. And moreover, while writing the import scripts, definitely it should be the name of the function which you are defining. Otherwise, it won't be recognized. So whatever the function name that you are giving here, skip underscore 06 and entity, that definitely you need to use the same over there. Okay, you have defined your functions and whatever the functions that you want to look it at, and here you need to know the syntaxes. I mean, here everything has come up into a single line, right? But it has to be work out like this only. The syntax should be here only. Spaces, you need to take 2 spaces or 3 spaces that you need to follow to maintain the syntax. So once you define this script, then how it is going to be used? Say for example, I have written like multiple functions over there. I mean like string entity, parse entity, something something account and entity or custom dimensions. I have written multiple import scripts. Okay, fine. You have multiple requirements, skipping the values, trim the values or skip the values or concatenate the values. Likewise, different requirements while you are importing the data from a file. While importing the data into FDME itself only, I need to do all these modifications. Once the data been imported, it has to be imported after the modifications only. This is my requirement for all the dimensions where I was to do the manipulations. Fine. Then how it is going to be work? That part you need to know, right? So this has to be work when you create the import formats. There itself only you need to use the bhfm file is there, and here you can see I am using the entity level, right? So go for entity. Here there is nothing, mean like center is there. Okay, so here what I'm trying to do is, here entity scripting is there. So if you want to pull the scripts, then definitely you can use the script and it will be showing the scripting information what you are defining in the import scripts in the script editor, right? Now we have created the script over there, then you have to use the script in the scriptlets and attach over there. So while attaching this one, what will be happen, whatever the script function that you have written, it will be applied on the string record. So on based on the entity itself, it will be getting executed. Okay, that means the entity itself will be getting executed, and that means you've already defining your field number. That means it will be executed on the field itself only. If you want to put it as record, it will be executed on the record itself only. You may ask me like how the system can understand the field where it is going to be updated, right? Because of you are saying the field number, that means, and you are going to attach that field only. So that means it's been updated, it's been applied on that field only. Okay, whatever the functions that you are written for the string field, it will be going to be updated. So you need to know is the concept is like you need to write the import script and you have to attach that import script to the respective dimension and where you are assigning the field number that you are fetching the data for the respective dimension. Okay, fine. We can see some more examples over here. So here the point is this definition and this is FDME. Okay, fine. This is also if condition that you need to know from Jython or Python, and string field count functions are FDME specific. This split function you will be having from Jython. Okay, these values you are passing everything. I mean this is the rest of the thing. Skip FDM skip is the default function, and rest of the things, everything that we need to know from Jython only. If you know the Jython, then only you can do all these things. The split function is also from Jython. How you are going to split the values, right? The string field that count is also from Jython. So you need to know all these functions from Jython itself. Only if you know the Jython, then I mean like Jython or Python, then only we can do that. See, count function how to use in Python. Python count function. So you can use this string dot count. Then it will be showing the string dot count. So sub is nothing but subject, start one, and length of the character, right? So you need to know how the system is going to be used. That you need to know. So likewise, you need to know the Python and Jython, everything that you need to know. Then only it will be easy to us to understand the FDME scripts. Okay. String count dot sub. It is saying like string count dot sub. Same similarly what we did in our exercise. String count, and you are doing the separator here, and you are taking the values. Let me show you that one also. Next page. So we need to find where this is. So the count function is there. We need to check that one. So here just I want to show you mean like count function with the character, how it is going to be returned the value by using this simple value. So Python the hard way might be having itself count function count, put the number in the count. This is given count function. Branches. Okay, let it be. So mean just I want to show you the count function, mean how the count function will be using in Python. Okay, so this is the way that we are going to use a simple script, mean like how to split the values, how to set the values into variable, how to read the array function mean records, and how you are going to use this string entity by using the colon dot two, mean like that means how you need to read the array functions. So let me show you that array functions how to read. array in Python. Yeah. So you need to know here that what we did, right? My list is 1 2 3 4 5. Here in this exercise, segment list is having the values of 1 2 3, right? And here we are saying like 0 is nothing but my value. What is the 0? It is having my value. 1, that is nothing but 0 is 1. So if you are giving this one, the value will be returned the values. Print my list of 2 means it's a third value. My list of 2 means it's a third value. List of 2 to 5. In sublist, the third element of the fifth, that is from my list 2 to 4. So it is showing like 2 to 5 in the sense it will be showing like the character where it is starts and where it is ends. Okay, see here how the values are being to used. Here what I am trying to say is 0 to 2, 0 to 2 mean how the values will be having 0 and 1. That starts with 0 and that start with 2. Okay. Oh. So the function which we are using like brackets, single mean square brackets that we are using, and the point is it will be showing the 0 to 2 in the sense that number starts from 0. That you need to know from array functions. So here it may be there. Let me show you here. Arrays. Things start one. So here you can understand the function easily. So things is the array, okay, that I have used as variable. What are the values that I am passing? A, B, C, D values that I am passing. What I said here, print things one. One means you may think about A. A is the one that you may say, I mean like the print value should be A, right? But here that is printing B. Why? Why it is printing B? Mean because of the count start from 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So it is 1. So that is printed as B. And what I said here, thinks of 1 equals to Z. Then it's print something, but it is not printing anything in the second one. Print of mean Z equals to Z, print things of 1. So it is printing like Z. So print things, what it is printing, everything that it is been printing. So likewise you need to understand the functions here, how the array function is being used in the Python. So it is more important, I mean like one or two something that we are using square brackets, colon, and how you are going to use, that is important one. Let me want to show you that 1 2 3 that is not coming up here. Let it be in the running, I will show you. So let us see going forward, we'll see other examples that we explain. String field and string record. Create custom script that we have seen how to create this one. Assigning that import script into import formats. So here we can see some other record and requirement, like here the record in source data file. Okay, I'm saying the string record, the total row that I'm getting like this. Okay, but my intention while importing the data, my requirement is it has to be imported 325, it has to be imported 128, it has to be imported cache, and it has to be imported 325, 1028 and cache only. And if the 325 is there, records is not loaded, it has to be skip the values. This is my result that I need to identify from my source file, and I have to import the values into FDME application. This is my requirement. How we are going to fulfill this one? So here we are having some examples, other examples we'll see one by one. So what I'm trying to do is definition, it's a parse account, and string field and string record. So what are the values that I am going to pull here itself? Here I am going to pull the values from my record, first record. I am pulling the values of first four characters only. First four characters only. How I am going to pull this one? So here I am saying string figure and returned value string field of semicolon 4. That means the first four characters only we will be taking up. Okay. FDME imports only first four characters of the account field in each record. First four characters it will be taking in the each record. Okay. So extracting ending characters. I want to extract the ending characters. See, up to here this is total one record. The before the before the before the comma we are having one record. Up to here this is one string field. This is one string field, and this is one string field. This is a comma separator file, and first record first field is nothing but up to here with the description. Just I would like to take only last ending characters only. Okay, whatever the ending character that I have. So how I am going to pull that one? So here I am having like definition parse account. So string field and string record, string field minus 4 what I said, it will be taking the last characters minus 4, like last 4 characters it will be going to take. So here last 4 characters that it is going to be taken. So FDME imports only last 4 characters of the account field. So if you are giving like right side that you are giving the value semicolon after that you are giving, then it will be picking the first 4 characters. If you are giving last means it will be picking the last 4 characters. So extracting the middle character. See here, this is like total this one up to here, and I want to extract only these middle characters. Then what we have to do is we need to give the start and number of characters that you want to give. So count yours here. Count yours. So this is last ending characters. Middle characters. Just let us count here. 6th and 10th that I am saying. So here also we are having one spaces. Okay, 3. And this space is 4, and this is 5, and this is 6, right? 6th onwards like 6th onwards means 0, 6, 7 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is taking like 6 to 10. Thereafter it will be taking. So if you can see the values here like 6 comma 10. So after that 6 it will be started 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10th up to 10th it will be taking the values. So if you are using the characters, like middle characters that you want to use in the square brackets, you need to give the start length and end length. So here you are using that syntax, extract the characters from position 7 through 10. 7 to 10 it will be taking the values. Data starts the number columns with 0 rather than 1, that I said like in first one only. So column starts with 0, mean it's not starts from 1. Okay, so that's what you need to take, the it will be taking the values from 7. If 6 means it's 7. Okay, is there any doubt over here? Did you get it here point? I mean how the values are being executed. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is 7. 6, 7, 8. I mean that means like the count will be started ends up with here only 10 characters. So next one is splitting characters. So here I am going to take all the record. This is like string field only. So how it is going to be divided into 3 characters. So we need to use that split function what we have used. The split function will be using by using the semicolon. So what I am doing is string field and split function is there. Split function, what it is doing, it is splitting the values by using the hyphen. All the values will be goes to here, and I'm going to use the another strip function is there. I mean another strip function is there in Jython itself only. Returns the value segment list of 0. That means first record which will be taking, and there itself we have the strip function. We are taking the strip value, first one. So returned a I mean another one is like here we are extracting the parse account. We are extracting the account. So one I am taking. One is nothing but it's a account. So if you want to check that one, go up. Here you can see this is like entity value, this is account value, this is description. So what I am trying to do is I am stripping the values, means fetching the values from the segment list itself only. So segment 0 is nothing but like it's a entity that I am saying, it is entity. Segment 1 that I am going to say is it's a account, return the values from this segment list. And segment 3 it's a description. You want to see the segment 3, it is a description. The count start from 0, 0, 1, 2. That is 3 fields are there. 3 fields are going to 3 different areas like entity, account, and description. And here in this exercise, this is skipping lines. Skipping lines, FDM skip is the function that we are having, right? To return the values, to skip the values that we are having, FDM skip. By using this function, you can skip the values when you don't want to use import the into FDME application. Temporary variables in the sense variables are only temporary variables. Once the activity is been done, then it will be move away, I mean like it won't store the values. So here you can see the temporary variables. Here Texas entity is just I am taking the value, it's a null value that I am passing over there. Definition, it's a function, again I am taking the function over there. String field and string record. If string record is 15 to 31, string record I am saying here, not string field, it is string record. String record that you are saying like 15 to 31, that means it starts from 15 and ends with 31. The value is like this. The value is like this. If the string record is having the value of like this from these characters of 15 to 31, then global Texas entity, that means you are passing the normal value, null value you are passing. Okay, otherwise Texas entity would be string record of 30 to 36. If the string record is like this one from the string field, total record, then global Texas entity, that means global in the sense this one Texas entity will be passing the null values. Otherwise Texas entity equals to string record 32 to 36 and return the string field. So that value will be returned to the string field value 32 to 36 characters. So here get entity and put entity, mean like you are fetching the values and you are getting the values and putting the values. Here get entity this is, and you are fetching the values, and put entity. So you are put entity is string field and string record, and global variable is Texas entity, and return the Texas entity value. You are assigning the entity value into the entity, mean whatever the record that you are fetching, that you are putting into a value. So here if you can see, let me explain here. So amount field, there itself you are fetching the value, entity value, and you are assigning into amount field, and you are fetching the value from entity and you are putting the value into entity field. So based on the functions, how you are getting the values, and you are assigning the values into a function. And likewise you can have multiple functions, keep, trim, concatenate, and whatever the values that we are having, everything that you are will be getting. But the main intention is you need to know the functions also totally from Python. So I'm going to share this one also, you may get it. So all the functions if you know, then only it will be easy to you to understand the strings and loops and everything. If conditions functions, it's not showing the conditions. Hey, shit, it has to show variables basic. What do you mean? Functions, modules, exceptions. If condition, I'm checking here. If condition is not there, decision making is if condition, I guess. Yep. So here you can see the syntax for if condition also as well, what we have seen in previous. Condition ends like this. So you can go through this one also, you will be getting some good idea about Python. Then it will be easy to you to write the functions. And now I'm going to show you like mapping scripts again, a mapping and event scripts. Both are the coding languages. Python is the, mean like I can say, birth of this Jython. Python is basic code. Okay. Thereafter the JavaScript plus Python coding integrated, and they are calling as Jython. Okay. Python and Jython both are similar functionalities there. Jython is one programming language, Python is one programming language. For Jython, the Python is the basic. If you know the Pythonic programming language, that Pythonic language plus JavaScript is called as Jython. Okay. Syntaxes and all, everything will be similar to Python only. That's what you need to know the Python and implement your Jython scripting. Okay. Nothing required. It's just about simple scripting language which we have seen, right? So the similar way that you need to know, open the files, read the files, change the files, append the files, remove the files, concatenate, and like that. Likewise, we need to know the functions in Jython. Like see here itself. Let me go through. I mean, most probably while writing the files itself, you need to making the changes in files itself only, right? Let me say like file functions in Python, file methods. So you need to know this one: file close, file open, file number, file. These are the all functions that you need to know, right? Append and delete or move or something, added, everything that you need to know by using these functions, right? File close, file open, file read, everything that you need to use that file functions. So here you can see modes. Opens a file, read only. Opens a file for both read and write, R plus. The file pointer placed at the beginning of the file. So you need to know all these functions, then only we are able to write the code, right? So here itself, open a file, F4, it's a file open object, it's a variable. Open, how to write the, how to open the file object. Open a file, this txt R plus, it's a read and write access. String F4 read 10. Total 10 records it is going to be read. Print, read string is, that is printing this one. I am closing the file. These are the functions that you need to know how to implement this exercise into our FDME. By reading this, you can implement and you can go and implement our FDME. If we know this one, then only we can implement. If we don't know, we don't know how to implement in FDME. So some mapping scripts are there. Let us see the mapping scripts. See, for us, we did the mappings like in, between, and explicit mappings and multi-dimensional mappings are there, right? There itself also we can use the scripts. Say for example, go to like is there. So here also you can use the scripts. How I can use the scripts means, say for example, here some source is there. If I can put it as a hash SQL, then your script is highlighted, right? See here, unless until I didn't provide anything, it is not provided. When you provided the script, SQL, hash SQL, it is going to be highlighted. Then you can write the SQL commands over here, if conditions, SQL retrieval conditions, SQL statements, everything that you can write it over here. Okay. Similarly, you can write some scripts also here, script script. If you can script also, capital letters. If you can put it as script here itself, it will be open the script editor. Then only you can write the script editor, you can write the Jython scripting over there to do the mappings also. So there is a possibility to write the mapping scripts in data load mappings in two ways. One is either SQL, another one is either script. So let us see how to write it. So here you need to know the functions in Jython, like FDME, not for Jython. In FDME, we will be having some functions like FDM row, get string, FDM result map. These are all the FDME functions, right? So you need to know FDM row get string means you can get the function, like dimension, entity, or account or custom one. What is the function is that you need to fetch it from there. And FDM result is nothing but it is giving the result values that you are going to pass. And FDM result map, where we are doing now, we are doing for the mappings. I have shown you like amount X, account X. What is that account X and amount X? Amount is the source, amount X is the target member that I said in the table side, if you remember. SQL. Let me show you that mappings. Because of this will be populated, these mappings will be populated on the tables itself. Yep. So here you can see account is your source and account X is your target. So the mappings will be populated on account and account X. Okay, the mappings will be populated over here. So how you want to be populated that values on amount X, that you are saying FDM result map, where you want to map it on amount X column, I mean like field itself. What is the value that you are passing? 0. So let's see the key functions how we are going to use in the scripting. So what I said, script function that you need to use, and you need to open that script editor and you can use that one. So in this example, in this simple example, how we are going to use and how we are going to populate the values, we'll see. Okay. So first variable is account. In this exercise, first variable is account. So what we are doing here, FDM row gets string account. So all the account values that I am taking from where? From this field. From this field that I am taking all the values and putting into a value called as account. Clear? See here, whatever the function that I am showing here, these are all the columns in tdata seg table. Okay. So entity, what I am trying to take is FDM row get string entity X. I am fetching all the values from here, entity X. This is the column that I am fetching all the values, putting into a array variable. Fine. Now what I am doing is, if account minus 3 equals to 108, that means the last 3 digits of that member, account member, is 108, then FDM result equals to UK. Then FDM result equals to UK that I am using. See here, if you are having like any last 3 values of from that value, if it is there, then it will be mapping to FDM result is equals to UK. And else if minus 3 equals to 109, FDM result equals to SP. And else if account minus 3 is equals to 110 and entity is Texas. Two conditions again here. FDM result is OH and FDM OH and the FDM result map equals to 0. Else FDM result equals to ICP none. Okay. So these are all the things that I am having like over the functions. How it is going to be return the values while doing the map. So this is source entity and entity, target entity, source account, target account, source ICP and ICP. So where I have done this script, I have made it this script in ICP dimension. I have made this one is ICP dimension to do my mappings. Okay. This script is belongs to in ICP dimension, and I am using the conditions based on the account and entity that I am resulting the values on ICP dimension. So here what I am using, account dimension that I have used, and target entity I have used, source account that I have used, and target entity that I have used. What I have put the conditions here, account is like 108 my source account, last 3 digits, then FDM result equals to UK. See here, my source account is here 1300 and not 108. So 108 is there, then it has to be mapped to UK. So you are hearing your UK mapping. And else if the account minus 3 is 109, so here you can check 109, then it is going to be mapped to SP. Yes, fine. And account minus 3, 110 and Texas, entity is Texas, always been all the Texas only, just I have put the condition. And FDM result would be OH, so FDM result is OH, that should be fine. But what it has been assigned the values, but the value which is coming from the source, I don't want to put that value, I want to put the 0 value for that. So what is that? FDM result map account amount X. In amount X is nothing but target value, target amount that I am going to pass the value as 0. That's what, where FDM result is 0H, that itself I am passing the value as 0H. Okay. Else, if the conditions are not satisfied, if the last 3 digits are 108 or 109 or 110, then you are putting some conditions, put the ICP value something over there as FDM result. That should be fine. But if that is not belongs to 108, 109, 110, then what the values will be populated on ICP dimension? Then it should be populate the ICP none itself only. That's what the first record would be resulted ICP none, right? So you need to use FDM getString is the function to fetch the columns from the tdata sec table. Thereafter you need to use your own functions like Jython script functions and how to have the variables and passing the strings and concatenates or the lookups or comparisons that you did. Then you have to populate the data as per your requirement. Okay, so but here you need to know the functions. Get string function is the main important, and thereafter result is the main important one, FDM result and result map. Next one, so the same one only. Next one is event scripts. Event scripts, we have seen import scripts, then we can see the event script. Here in the script editor we are having the events, right? These are all the default event script. These event script will be vary from one application to another application. Okay, these are the event script will be vary from one application to another application. See here we are having around like 15 or 16 event scripts are there. So this event script, before import, after import, before calculate, after calculate, before validate, after validate, before consolidated, before load, after load, before check, after check, what it does exactly it will do. So all the events will be executed by using the data load workbench. So here if you are importing, before import, after import, before validate, after validate, before export, after export, before check, after check, in between, before calculate, after calculate, like these are all the events will be executed during the process of the data load. During the process of the data load, that's what we are calling them as events. Okay, we are calling them as events. So these events will be executed while executing the data load. So at that moment, if you want to do the manipulations or if you want to do that file transfers or something that you want to do, merges, file merge, or something that you want to do, definitely we will be going with this event scripts. Most probably, most of the cases we will be using after import, after validate, and before import scripts only, that we will be using in real-time scenarios. If the requirement is more, then you may use all the event scripts also. It's not an issue, but it's up to the requirement. Okay. So just let us see the event script how we are going to write. Here we need to use the maximum, like we are writing on events, right? Events will be executed. Events will be executed for all the locations, for all the scenarios, for all the content, what are the objects that we are having. Because of in event we are not going to restrict anywhere. Event will be executed for all the locations. Event will be executed for all the accounts, all the entities, right? So if you want to restrict to a specific location or specific entity or something that you want to do, definitely we need to use those functions and retrieve the values from database and apply the logics on only that specific to location or something. So here we need to use to retrieve the data load workflow, mean we need to use the function FDM context. So FDM context is the function which will be useful to retrieve the data from the database. So here I want to fetch the location. So how I can fetch the location? Lock name is the parameter that you need to pass for FDM context. Then it will be written the value, what are the locations that you are having. So that location I am comparing with my one of the location is called as Italy. Okay, so that means the location name or string name or scenario name or scenario key or something, whatever the like parameters that we are having, that we need to fetch by using the FDM context is the keyword that we need to use. So I want to use the batch name. So if you want to put the batch name like string fdme context, I am going to take it as string and I am using this location. So fdme context location name. So it is taking as a string. So what are the functions object properties that we are having here? So total we are having like multiple objects over there to retrieve the data by using the function fdm context. So here we go. Here we are having cat name is nothing but it will be retrieving the scenario name. Export mode, how it is going to be exported, merge, replace or accumulate. File name, what is the file it is. Lock name, location name, outbox directory, that means outbox directory file will be showing over there. Period key, script directory means scripts files directory it will be showing. So everything that you need to use by using the keywords, it will be fetching the values and retrieving the values over there from the database. So here you can see one of the event before import that I am using, like so here fdme context location name is something IO and file name, that fdme context equals to file name. Okay, so that means you are looking for the one of the location only. This event script will be executed for all the locations because of you are not defining anything over there. That means it's been defined everywhere, but I am specifying something from one of the location and it is fetching the file name and I am entering the values over there. Let us see. This is import format dynamically, that is not. So here one of the script that we can see for understanding purpose. See here one of the output file, how to create the output file during the script itself. So mean like before import or after import, mean like the source file that you are getting from here, mean while writing the file, outbox directory will be created, right? Outbox directory will be created. How the file will be converted from input file to output file. So here my source file is coming like entity and amount and everything will be coming like this. Units sold and sales both will be coming like this, right? But I want to change this file into like total units sold will be coming into a row wise and the value it has to come into a row wise. So it has to be converted into 6 records. So unit sold amount and sales amount that I am giving in a one by one, but I want to keep it into a line by line. Total 6 records that I have to create. How it is going to be do by using the event scripts. So where the files are being stored, inbox directory. As I said, inbox directory the files will be stored. So here inbox directory you will be having the files, right? So if you are saying like fdm context inbox directory, then it will be fetching the values of inbox directory. How the values can be identified, whether it is inbox directory, outbox directory, by how multiple applications are there, then how the system can recognize. That means you need to give the root folder, I mean application settings, you are giving the root folder. Based on that, if you are giving something wrong over there, your system will be giving the error messages because of the file is not identified. If you are giving correctly the like root folder over here, application root folder, then it will be moving to the inbox directory for the specifying root folder, application specific root folder. Otherwise it will go into some other folders and you will be getting the error message where itself the file is not been identified. Okay, fine. In file name, just I am taking the input file name from the inbox directory only. Output file that I am keeping the file also, like output file also that will be available in inbox directory only. So open in file is the variable that I am using. Open file name. If you know the file functions, then only we know what is open function, what is r plus, what is write, w, everything that we can know, right?
So what I am trying to do is input file that I am reading and writing into output file. That is my requirement, right? Reading the input file and modify the file and writing into output file to, I mean, like modified file. For it's a loop. For line in file, it's the array. Array function means here all the values are in file. For each is nothing but it's a variable. In file, I am taking the line by line. What I am doing is column equals to, it's a variable again, line dot or split. Line is the function again, keyword in file function. Line dot split. How it is going to be split? It is going to be split. It is comma. Okay, for two columns. It is going to split for two columns. If column 2 is strip and not sales, not equals to sales, out file write column 0 equals to unit sold plus column 1 and slash n is the sense next record. Likewise is going to be created output file write 0 and sales column 2. So out file close, in file close. So here just let me explain over here again. So the thing is I am going to split by using the comma. Just let me show you the file again. So you are taking the values, you are splitting the total record. Okay, it's a comma separated file, say for example. So you are reading this file and you are splitting the file and taking the last two records in the line or split, and if you are saying up to here, if you can put it as close, then it will be closed over there. If you want to read this one, let me go to the file split function. Split. Not here, split function. Okay, let it be. So here it is taking the last two records. Splitting is taking the last records. So what I am trying to do is, it is like 0, 1, 2. Three records will be taking. Like here you can see 0, 1, 2. These are the three records that it is going to be taken. So is string 2 mean like column that I have split it into two types, 1, 0, 1, 2. If column 2 is strip, mean like column 2 is not equals to sales. Column 2 is not equals to sales. Here column 2 is not equals to sales. Then what it is trying to do is, it is adding the output file, writing the file column 0 units sold plus column 1 plus column 1, and it is going to be defining the values into a second line. And output file writing mean again I am writing the output file column 2 plus sales column 2. Okay, then you are going to close this value. So here it is reading the values as column 2. These are the values that it is saying. If there is no records in the output file is not read, then it is going to be added sales. So here you are seeing the values. It is, we are adding units sold, we are adding sales for each column. So each line it will be going to be added. For each line, how many records are there? that each line it will be getting added into over there. Okay, so I mean if we know the functions of the file, then only it will be easy to understand how we are going to write. So these are the simple examples that I can say, but you need to know more functions, I mean like how to change the files and all before import, after import, and everything that you want to know by writing the Jython scriptings only. You need to know the Jython first. So then these are the functions, simple functions that we need to know from FDME, and we can change them. Okay. So HFM rules that we can see